So, something breaking news has occurred in Tower Defense Simulator. That's relating to plushies. Not plushies in general, they're still available. However, it is the fact that you no longer get anything from buying a plushie. So previously, for something like the Engineer plush or the Cowboy bundle, you would get its respective plushie skin. So for example, there was an Engineer plushie skin. In fact, there still is an Engineer plushie skin in the game. As for the Cowboy, it is mainly for the Cowboy plushie, where you get a Cowboy plushie skin, not the pin seen here. If you buy the pin, you don't actually get anything. In fact, is it me, or have the pins actually increased in price? Because I swear they were like $10 before, now they're $13. Inflation's hit the developers quite hard. In fact, same for the plushies, because I believe they were like $30 before, now they're $35. Increasing, as we can see. Yeah, you can see, Pyro plush, they were $30. This is $34, $34, $30, $30, $25. So yeah, I think they have actually recently increased in price as well. But something you'll notice is that they no longer promote a free code. And if you scroll all the way down, you can also see that no code is presented with these either. This is the same for the DJ Booth plush, no codes presented here. Same for the Max Commander, there is no code here either. Same for the Accelerator plush, same for the Cowboy bundle, same for the Cowboy pin. In fact, it even affects the Mecha Bunny and Nerd Duck mini plush, which was stated to get the Mecha Bunny Cowboy skin. However, that's not seen here. In fact, it's the same for the Golden Minigunner, which surprisingly doesn't have this, based on the fact that, well, this was not on sale at the time of the change. It said ended August 12th, 2024. This was before all of this stuff happened. Now, there is one thing that people have actually overlooked. It's the fact that the US tariffs have actually affected the prices of these things. So, there is now a US tariff information here. So, for customers in the United States, we use delivered duty paid shipping. This means that the price at checkout is the final price you'll pay. There'll be no additional charges or duties upon delivery. I guess this is the certainty for the tariffs that have recently imposed on America, and could explain why some of the prices have actually increased. So, as you can see here, the pins, they definitely used to cost $10. Now they cost $13, and the plushies have increased from $30 to $35. However, it is not just the plushies that have lost their codes. For the max level Commander hoodie, you did get, I believe, 2 premium crates for buying it. However, this is not displayed at all either. Meanwhile, the Commander hoodie, the regular normie Commander hoodie, yeah, that never actually got any codes. So actually, it's fine as it is. Now, interestingly, there is no way. There used to be here a section that was like for the former stuff that they used to sell. So, for example, the Commander plush, the original OG Commander plush, they sold all the way back in 2023 or 2022 even. I think it was that long ago. I think it was called the Archives. However, I don't believe that they have an archive section here at all anymore. Yeah, page cannot be found, archives. Oh no, there is still the archive section. It's just that it's not accessible up here anymore. So you can actually still go through here. And you can actually see, yeah, some of these things, they still advertise a free in-game tag plus charm as seen here. But I think that's the developers, they couldn't just be bothered to update this. Meanwhile, even stuff like the Trapper plush, it doesn't display a free code with it anymore, even though the Trapper plush is in the archive section. Same for the Commander plush, same for the Golden Minigunner plush, which is technically it's still available, and same for, say, the Pyromancer plush. It is very odd that the developers have removed all traces, nearly all traces. I mean, these bundles here, they still have the name tag, free in-game name tag plus charm available to them. I mean, obviously, if you buy them, you probably won't get them, or you can't buy them yet. But yes, the developers have removed all mentions of free codes to use in Tower Defense Simulator, and that's because they have actually removed it. So someone did recently send an email to Juniper Creates about the fact that they no longer got a code for buying the plushie. So here it's the Accelerator plush. They said that please note that the Accelerator plush no longer includes an in-game code. We apologize for any confusion and truly appreciate your understanding. So it seems like the developers have removed codes from its in real life store. That means you cannot get any, well, new codes generated for any purchase of these plushies seen here. Now, this has led us to say that all of the codes that have been generated quite recently are now unavailable. I do believe that you can still redeem codes that have been generated. It's just that no codes, no new codes, can be generated. And as of the 18th of May 2025, which was when this was discovered, these codes are no longer given out, but these items are still on sale. It is not known if these codes would ever return. And I would like to point out that ever since I made the video on the original Commander plush, I've said that Roblox technically doesn't allow this. I mean, yes, there are some games that do get away with this, most notably Pet Simulator X, with its whole NFT, whatever it was. But for some reason, Tower Defense Simulator, they managed to get away with providing a free code for, like, plushies in Tower Defense Simulator. However, that does no longer seem to be the case. And in fact, I can see here that my plushie skins that I got for, say, the Engineer, say for the Scout and everything like that, I've still managed to keep them. Now, this could be Roblox enforcing their laws and saying, right, you cannot provide any in-game item for the purchase of in-real-life products, meaning that this has been removed. And also, just to say that the Nerd plush has recently been removed from sale. However, I don't think that's related. I mean, the billboard has been removed from this area here, but I think that ended in May the 12th and was unrelated to these changes seen here. Now, there's still an advertisement on the Paradox Games here saying Scout plushie, get merch at Paradox Games, but it doesn't mention that you get a free skin with the purchase of a Scout plushie anymore. However, this might not actually be the case because apparently Roblox has quite recently released some new next generation commerce with in-game shopping for players on Roblox. So here, published the 15th of May, saying today, Roblox is giving creators the tools to create new shopping experiences that will enable users to discover and buy across physical and digital spaces, probably as part of this new metaverse shit. And here it says, our new approved merchandiser program enables creators, brands, manufacturers and IP holders to link off-platform, retail or e-commerce purchase to advertise items and accessories on Roblox. However, it does not really mention if it would be allowed for like an in-game product to be redeemed. So for example, a plushie code. Plus, there is actually a Roblox tweet saying the future of shopping starts here. Roblox creators and brands can now sell physical merch in-game with our new Shopify integration powered by da-da-da-da-da-da. And here, they do mention connecting physical retail products to digital rewards. Now, it may be the case that plushie skins in Tower Defense Simulator may not be completely gone. It may be the case where the developers may still use Juniper Creates as their supplier, but they enable purchase of these accessories in their own game. Now, I do believe it's through a approved process, so it may take a while before this happens, but it may be the case where in-game skins for these items will actually have to be linked through a purchase, because I think that was an issue with this storefront previously, where a purchase of the plushie could be refunded, and I do believe for some people they actually got to keep the code without being refunded. I don't know if that's always been the case. However, for a purchase to actually happen through this new Roblox API, you can't refund it, and it probably has some like digital reward consequences if you do attempt to refund it. So perhaps it's more secure. However, as of right now, as I report this video, you cannot buy a plushie code skin ever through any means anymore. It might not be the case in the future because like it could be incorporated into a different Roblox API. However, as of currently right now, all of the plushie skins are unobtainable unless you somehow stumble across an unused code, which is going to be unlikely. So this probably makes some of these codes one of the rarest in the game. So like, for example, the Minigunner plush and the golden plushie minigunner, they're probably quite rare. Same for the plushie scout, same for the plushie pyromancer, etc, etc. And you can no longer get it, including the mecha bunny cowboy, which was recently sold. I mean, I think that was unrelated to what is ever happening here. But yes, this is not a glitch. You cannot get these skins anymore, even if you buy a physical product. And Menton has speculated that this will probably at least half, if not like 3/4, reduce the amount of sales that the developers get, because I believe most people only bought those plushies purely because of the free code they got. I'm not saying everyone did. There are some people who clearly advertise themselves having the plushies and saying, right, I got this, it looks very cool indeed. I guess I am one of those people. However, given the fact that people are actually buying these plushies only for the code, and there have been quite a few reports saying that they did not get the code, it seems to be the case where the developers have just removed it and they've not made any announcement about it. This is going to be like one of the first videos, I believe, on this topic. Is it a farce? Sure. I mean, the prices have recently increased, as you've seen, from $30 to $35 for the plushies, and you're not even getting a code for it. So, yes, if you bought this like 2 months ago, you would have gotten a code and it would have been cheaper. So yes, prices have gone up and you're getting less. Will this hurt the developers' bottom line? Absolutely this would. I don't really see developers getting that many sales just for purely merchandise items on their own. Don't get me wrong, there still will be some, given the fact that people bought the Commander hoodie even though you didn't get any free items with it. But I think the sales will be significantly less. Like Menton said, at least 50%, I'm guessing more 80% reduction in sales. And whether or not the people who recently bought some of the items, like for example that guy who bought the Accelerator plush for what appears to be the Accelerator plushie skin, I don't know if they'll get a refund. They probably will get refunds, given the fact that they didn't really... I mean, can you get a refund because it doesn't really say that you get a plushie code anymore. I mean, assuming the fact that people in the past have got some plushie codes, I think that could be a legitimate reason for people to cancel their order. I don't know. In any case, yes, disastrous for the TDS community. To be fair, I think people would want these codes to be, or these plushie skins to be public anyway, which I don't ever see happening. I think they'll still be attached to a purchase, whether that be through the Roblox API or if developers ever change it. We'll have to see.